Where are they?
Enter A Deadly Legend. A Deadly Legend is one of the worst horror films I've ever seen. It's so bad, not even Netflix wants it. Admittedly, you can still find it on Amazon Prime, another bastion of high standards. This film was created by Rem Cycle Productions, which is a production company that has done literally nothing else before or since. It was distributed by the independent film distributor Gravitas Ventures. Going to their website, I see a bunch of other films, but considering how this film was displayed with pride on their website, doesn't give me a lot of faith in them. But back to the matter at hand. This film grinds my gears for several reasons. One, there is a lot of ego from the people who made this film. Two of the producers gave themselves major roles. Kristen Ann Farrell plays Joan Hunter, who is like our main character. One of the other producers, Eric Wolf, plays Michael, who is literally just like a Jack Nicholson wannabe in this. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Eric also wrote this thing, and this is his first feature film credit. We have a lady named Pamela Moriarty as a director, and this is her directorial debut. I also need to mention the editor, Michael Meyerson, of which this is his first time editing a feature film. You might have noticed that a lot of these roles, this was their first time, either in general or the first feature. Now you would think that would give him some sense of humility or self-awareness, but nope, I had the misfortune to read some of the official statements they made about the film, and holy shit are they on another planet, but we're gonna get to those later. This is also one of those kinds of bad movies that has some washed up has-beens who haven't been relevant since like the 90s. Seriously, we have Judd Hirsch, some people might remember from Taxi and Independence Day. We have Lori Petty from Tank Girl and Free Willy, and Corbin Benson from Psych and The Dentist. We also have Summer Crockett Moore of, I believe, Hallmark movie fame. Which, yeah, Hallmark movie actors in this. That should give you a warning of how bad this is gonna be. Lastly, I need to mention the casting director, Heidi Eklund. The reason why I'm bringing up a person in a position that most people don't really give the limelight to is because for some reason this person has top billing. Even though, like, half the major parts in the film she didn't cast because it's, producers playing the parts, and most of the acting sucks. So I don't mean to get ahead of myself, but it's actually very hard to script out this review because there is so much to say, and a lot of the reasons this film sucks are interwoven into each other. It's so bad that basic fundamentals of filmmaking are not guaranteed. So as a primer, I'm going to read the official plot summary of the film, as given by the people who made the film. Joan Hunter, a real estate developer, buys an old summer camp. It turns out that the property was once inhabited by a rogue sect of pagans with a dark history of sacrificial worship. A celebration weekend with friends, and way too much beer, turns deadly when construction uncovers a mythical Stonehenge of America. Deadly spirits are awakened and killed to gain control of the supernatural gateway. Joan and her family must fight for survival and defeat the spirits from beyond. This campy tribute to classic horror thrillers will take you for an entertaining ride filled with suspense, scares, chaos, and laughs. One of these things is not like the others. So yeah, did you get all that? Because there's gonna be a quiz later. Like, this is not how you do a synopsis. Every time I read Stonehenge of America, I get an aneurysm. Like, you can't just say that and act like that makes any sense at all. I actually came across another description that's infinitely better and more professional. A construction crew fights for survival after unearthing a cursed megalith. That's literally all the film's about. Make no mistake, it's frustratingly more complicated than that, but that's literally like all it is. That's the simple story that they're gonna completely go off the rails with. And yeah, apparently this is, supposed to be in the spirit of campy horror films from the 70s and 80s. Well, they say classic, but I'm pretty sure that's what they meant. Which is why, indeed, we are gonna be on a campground. As you're gonna see though, this is gonna be an absolute farce. One final thing I need to say before we get into this. This is really nothing personal. Like, I'm being brutally honest, and I'm being passionate, but it's really nothing personal. And I know people are probably going to say I'm being too harsh or mean, but I stand by my opinions. And if anyone involved with the film is watching, it really is nothing personal. I do get the impression that you guys were very close, but that doesn't make good movies. And I'm being this harsh because it's what you need to hear in order to get better. Let's finally get into this, shall we? So, the film opens with these drone shots, and already things don't look right. The credits are very strange, with the aforementioned real top billing and names being mentioned here with no credit, only to bring them up again with credits. I don't understand. Then we get into the car, and instantly we're not looking so hot. It's only a simple shot of 4 people in a car, and the lighting looks shockingly bad and weird.
This is your baby.
Yeah. I have a good feeling about it.
Good.
This kind of wooden acting gets on my nerves fast, and this lady is our main character.
How'd you find this place?
I went there for camp as a kid. It just came to me in a dream.
Awesome exposition dump. You think she would have told him this before they were halfway there, but what do I know?
Dad, in the road!
Yup. See, a normal movie would have had the title of the film at the end of the credits earlier. You know, like the last one before we cut to the first scene? Nope, we need it here apparently, and it goes by so quick the audience does not have time to read it before it goes away. Also, it literally like wipes the black, like this is like gonna cut to commercials or some shit. This is a feature film. That's a thing in this movie. This is something that's gonna happen a lot. The editing is completely wrong. We have fade to black TV wipes despite the fact that this is a feature film, and you get plenty of moments where it's like way too abrupt and quick, even moments that go on way too long. Also, a normal movie would use this to establish our like main character family, because a lot of horror films and films in general, they have the either it's like a family or a group of friends, but nope, that's actually not what's happening here. She is not related to them, and this guy's gonna die. There's other members of this family that just aren't here, but we'll get to that later. Also, maybe having a title slide saying 1 year later wouldn't have gone amiss, but then again, why do that when we can just have it mentioned in the dialogue? Seriously, check out this brilliant acting and writing.
Damn, I miss Bob.
Hey, you've done as much as anyone can ask. Today's the day, all right?
Raj, you are not only a damn good lawyer, but you are a great friend. Thank you.
Do I even need to say the problem with the acting? It speaks for itself. This is absolutely abysmal. So yeah, this is Joan Hunter, or more accurately Huntar, cause it's Hunter with an A. Who the hell spells Hunter with an A? But I shouldn't be surprised, this is just the kind of movie it's gonna be. We have Raj, our token Indian guy, who's like her partner. This character is actually not the worst, despite the fact that he's literally just like the token minority Indian guy. And despite the crappy writing and acting with it, this is actually one of the few times the film establishes stuff properly. Yes, this kind of forced exposition and awkward writing is actually one of the better moments. So basically John is trying to get a grant or some kind of money or funding for putting in some houses or something on this old campground. Not actually the worst premise in the world, but this film manages to find a way to mess it up. There's actually some hidden stuff going on here, which we'll find out by the end. Furthermore, the film is not clear on whether or not they need the money to start the project or keep going. Those are two different things. Why does the judge have the director's name?
You're gonna dig up the mound. They will unearth what has been buried for centuries.
Hi, Judd. I still can't believe you're here.
It's a ghost
There
story.
are no records because they were demon worshippers. They're cursed.
Look, if I wanted to see Judd Hirsch being crazy, I'd watch Independence Day. Here, he just can't do anything with the material. As I was scripting this review, I don't know how much stuff I should, point out like now, and how much of it I should, just wait till it's revealed at the same time the film does. And I've ultimately decided, for the most part, I'm gonna not spoil anything too much until, things happen. I want you to be confused. If I give you information the film hasn't given you yet, it's gonna give the impression that the story is more cohesive than it is. Point is, the money is approved. We find out that this girl is actually her daughter, and basically we have not one, but two main families in this film. This girl can't act. Time for more shitty writing. Behold, dialogue.
Hey, I'm Eli.
Oh, hey. Chrissy. Amy.
You're Jack's son, right? You should stop by so there's at least one person to talk to who's not like a million years old.
Really? That's your first thought when you see this creepy motherfucker walk up to you?
I'm pretty sure I'll be seeing you later.
Okay, you're not regretting this decision at all? Nope. Okay. Stranger danger much? Who the fuck talks like this? This whole conversation is unnatural. Oh look, it's an obvious suspicious girl in a colonial era dress, just chilling there. Sure, you'd be a little bit suspicious? And you're not. You really suck at this. Do you want to hear the worst line in the entire film? No. Too bad.
Nice tie, Dad.
My hipster, right?
Just... no. Fuck off. We have Summer Crockett Moore's character here, and she's supposed to be psychic. She really doesn't sell it at all. She's like one of 2 or 3 Karens in this film, and I hate it. I honestly don't know if the fact that she doesn't sell it is intentional or not, to be fair. I'm pretty sure Chrissy is supposed to be younger than she is. More of that great casting at work. Thank you so much, Heidi.
This is about a weekend together.
No, it's not. You say it's all about family, but we're just all-American window dressing to get your crappy project approved.
Cool. There is literally no indication of that. Like, I left nothing out. This scene when they're talking to each other, yeah, that's the first time we've seen them talking. But Chrissy had to mention it so we can get some more brilliant exposition and more Oscar-worthy acting.
I'm trying so hard. I really am.
She doesn't mean an inch, Joan. She's just upset.
Kristen, you can't act. You should not have put yourself in this movie as a major character. I'm sure you might be talented in other areas, but acting is not one of them. Seriously, her and Eric Wolf are the worst in this, and what's really problematic is, despite the fact that they both really suck as actors, almost every single dramatic moment in this film has one of these two in it at least, usually both, and it is such an ego trip, and I hate everything about it. For the record, the problem isn't necessarily the idea of wanting to appear in your own work. There are plenty of instances in films where like the directors write themselves in a cameo status. Alfred Hitchcock, Peter Jackson. My problem is, you roll yourselves into major roles, you just aren't good at it. If you can indulge a brief aside, I actually want to talk about some of these locations, because this film actually made the rounds in my local area because it was a feature film being locally made in the Hudson Valley, and during this part of the film, I can understand the endorsement. Also for the record though, we need higher standards, because this is absolute crap. Also, it's a shame that places like these are completely wasted because we only see them in this one spot, and the scene is not even that good. So here we have Corbin Benson as wannabe Gandalf, complete with staff. All you need to know from this scene is that they're setting up these weird crystal things and implying that there might be something different about Chrissy and Amy. So fair enough, I guess.
I'll take it.
Of course you will.
Of course you will. Now we have this scene with Judd Hirsch and Lucy, the obvious suspicious colonial dress woman. This scene is so bad we're going beat by beat. Again, cool. We have a cool fade to black, you know, before this point.
Can I help you?
Would you like to buy some candy for a doll?
You're not gonna question this at all? Does this lady work on the level? Not gonna question her teleporting? You of all people should know this is suspicious.
All bad stuff.
Oh, it's some sales pitch. All right, I'll take one.
You really don't get. You really aren't suspecting a damn thing, aren't you? Nope, you're not gonna question this? No. You're not gonna question what she's wearing? You're not gonna... Now you recognize her! Bro.
I visit every once in a while.
Bro, does she look remotely normal or sane to you? Cool blur. Awesome fucking blur.
You shouldn't scare away the new people. I need them.
Still not questioning this? And the fact that she just fucking teleported, that, like, are you for real?
Yeah. All bad stuff.
And you're opening it. Does that look like a good idea to you?
Sticky.
Oh no, sticky fingers! The most awful thing ever.
Lucy? Oh, so long ago.
That's not an excuse, bro!
The gate.
You are the worst. You are so stupid. Again, evil sticky fingers. Oh no! I mean, I can't say I'm surprised. Like Judd Hirsch would have been one of the top billing actors in this. They had to get him out quick. It's unacceptable that this guy didn't realize who she was. Like, you could literally write Judd Hirsch out of the film and nothing would change. What's probably the saddest part is, on paper, this could have been subversive of the wise old man trope. You know, the old guy who knows what's actually going on and no one believes him at first, but later on they do and he helps save the day. This could have been a cool subversion of that because he gets taken out before he can actually help much. Lucy clearly knows he's a threat and was acting very decisive about it to make sure that someone who had ruined her plans before wouldn't stop her this time. But the dialogue is so bad and this character is so stupid it doesn't work. So some other things I gotta mention before we move on. You know how like Lucy here had a chocolate motif going on? See, a normal film, now that they've firmly established this, would, you know, keep that as a gimmick. It's something that actually would maybe bring it closer to the campy roots it was trying to go for. Guess what never appears ever again? Remember how I gave credit to the locations that they were shooting the film at? Hey, guess what? We're gonna be on these fucking campgrounds now for the rest of the movie. You know, switching it up from something that actually was different and interesting to something generic as fuck. I've seen it countless other films. This could be shot in New York or friggin' Wisconsin. Like, what's the point of like having this hullabaloo about it being shot in the Hudson Valley when the way it goes about it is so generic? The Hudson Valley is a mad good locale for horror films, by the way. Films like A Quiet Place were shot here, but I digress.
Thanks for coming on short notice.
See, this is what I mean by how the film can't make up its mind about the status of the project. If they had just started this, you know, maybe this would make sense. Then, you know, most of the stuff hasn't arrived yet. But according to Joan, they were already doing things. Why is there only one excavator? Why is there, like, almost no one else here?
More heavy equipment's coming on Monday, but we can't wait that long.
Why can't you wait that long? This is completely artificial. There's literally no reason why you can't wait till Monday other than the plot says so. The only other useful thing here is that it establishes that these characters are friends. Fair enough. Oh my god, here comes Lori Petty. Even people who hate this film somehow like this character, and to those people I say, what in the fuck is wrong with you? What's that? You think I'm being harsh? No, I'm not being harsh. Here is the solid minute of the worst of Lori Petty in this film. Fuck off.
You got a beer for me, what?
Nope.
Loser. What you think you're doing?
I'm about to start work.
If I knew you was working this weekend, I wouldn't have come all the way out here.
I told you I was.
Well, I didn't believe you. Y'all got any beer? Mike act like he can't even have sex if he doesn't have a brewski in his hand. Who went and got it for you? That would be me. You wouldn't have nothing if I didn't go get it for you.
Well, this wise ass would like your fat ass off that cooler.
Now, you see, this is why I never go and water over my head. Because I think
Wanda,
if you go...
not now.
Well, you're low on beer, too, by the way.
Now is not a good time.
Well, when exactly is a good time? It's never the right time for anything around this dump for anybody. It doesn't really take that much to make me happy. All I want is a beer.
This is literally all her dialogue. She literally harasses people for beer, she talks about beer. Even when characters are dying, all she cares about is beer. It's humor of the 1920s, am I right? This is what happens when you get like a bunch of 40 or 50-year-old people trying to write something to be hip and cool with the kids. It's so annoying. So we also feature Raj's love interest, token Asian girl, Eva. More characters being established, even though we still haven't done too much with the ones we got. Again, to be fair, this is one of the few times when an establishing character moment works because, you know, with not much dialogue, we established that these two are a couple. Fine, fair enough. And the less some of these characters talk, the better. Here's a cool instance of the utterly amateurish filmmaking on display. So, first of all, why is this whole thing completely unbroken? Secondly, you break the 180-degree rule like 2 or 3 times over just to put this together. It's so weirdly indulgent because it's like we're just kind of like going around this character. If this is your first time viewing, you're gonna have no fucking idea why. And believe it or not, there actually is a reason why, but it's so fucking stupid. And again, on the principle of it, I'm not gonna point it out. I really don't understand why they could have just, you know, shot the scene like a normal fucking film. What I think happened was someone on set thought it would be cool to do it this way, and camera department couldn't stop it. I love how no one reacts to Lori here. Annoying characters are the worst when no one in universe reacts. Oh, and this is cool. We have this character who hasn't been properly established yet corpsing in the background. Because of course that's here. My god, Eric and Lori can both fuck off in these scenes. Tina starts a seance, cause reasons, and we need to hit at more shit for later.
It's organic herbs and spices, my own natural creation. I call it supernatural.
Supernatural? Really? Awesome, the creepy dude is staring at Amy. Lovely. So basically Eric cuts his hand somehow on the plot stone and is now corrupted by Lucy. Eric can't act.
You shed blood on the sacred stones. You should feel blessed.
Who are you? Go away, little girl.
Seriously? That's your response? Not, hey, can you help me? Nope. Can you get me a bandage? Nope, just go away. Ugh, get the fuck away from me, Kristen. This is actually the most unintentional scare of the fucking film. And it's not remotely for the right reasons that were so bad. What is the point of Lucy showing her true form here? Check this out, she's gonna shapeshift into Joan to tell Eric what he was already gonna do. Just faster, even though he was already doing it fast because he was on a tight deadline. Seriously, what is the fucking point? According to Eric, the secret to playing a crazy man is clenching your jaw and bugging out your eyes. He is going to have this expression for the rest of the movie. It's supposed to be hammy, but it's not even good enough at being hammy. It's just kind of derpy and uncharismatic. He's failing at being hammy. I just love how he's so mad at this goddamn dirt. Eva dies because her foot got caught in the chains. Because it's gonna be a witch in chains later, get it? How the fuck does Joan survive here? Seriously, she gets dragged down like a fucking torpedo. It's not enough to save the scene. I will give credit to like the nails on the wood here and the scraping. I mean, it still doesn't work because of everything else I just mentioned and the fact that the editing is way too abrupt with it, but at least it feels like a fucking horror scene. Speaking of decent horror, this part here actually isn't that bad of a fake out. The fact that they don't question this at all though ruins the scene once again. You notice I keep saying that? Every time something decent happens, something shit undermines it. We get back to the seance, and despite it setting things up semi-decently, the acting in the flashback scene sucks.
Mom, I can't stop the bleeding.
We're gonna hear these same lines at least like 1 or 2 more times, and it's awful every time. Then we see Eva in a costume now saying something cryptic that, you know, makes no sense, and speaking Latin before getting shot, even though she's still in the lake technically at this point in time. How is she doing this? Why is she doing this? Who the hell knows? Here comes more informed exposition. Lucy talks to Amy and she's saying how the other girls don't like her and don't take her seriously, despite literally no evidence of this. So Joan runs in telling everyone Eva is dead, and we get some expert continuity, with Sam here being in 2 different positions between these 2 shots. Any drama this scene could have had is tossed abruptly aside when Laurie returns with the fucking beer running gag. Fuck off, Laurie. And no, the fact that both these characters call Laurie out on it doesn't make it any better. Who is this guy next to Chrissy? I mean, I vaguely remember him being one of the workers, but wasn't he just hired help? Why is he here? Wait, they're hugging? Is he her boyfriend? A brother? Who the fuck is this guy? Ooh, how mysterious. Cool random stupid shot choice. Why is this shot so far away and looking down? You would do this to imply someone is watching them, but nope, this is just how the scene is shot. For no real reason. Probably because someone on set thought it would be a cool way to shoot the scene, and camera couldn't stop it, and they went with it.
Yes, and please take this food to him. He hasn't eaten all day.
I'll go with you.
Okay.
This guy is now love interest to Chrissy, despite literally no screen time of them together. Again, I left nothing out. This is really the first time there's an implied romantic connection between these 2. This guy has literally had 3 lines before this point, and I still don't know who he is.
You do anything unsavory with her, and I'll sick Mike on you.
Bruh, they're adults. It's not your fucking place, man. Seriously, even if they're only like 18, they're still no longer minors. Like, that is not your fucking place. Whatever, backstory time for a character the film hasn't established yet. Now this one I will explain before we get to it. You're setting up the Chain Witch, character number 578 in this film. I mean, snark aside, the Chain Witch is actually one of the few decent things in the film. Not like that means much. To the film's credit, like whenever the Chain Witch is on screen, it actually does feel a little bit closer to a horror film. Not the vague supernatural Hallmark crap it has felt like up to this point. Throughout the film, they bother to even have some creativity with how she kills people. Sometimes she like rails on guys like these chains are like brass knuckles. Sometimes she has like a Kratos going on with these chain braids. Sometimes she strangles people. Like, there's actually some decent creativity here. Regrettably though, this character is not good enough to save the film. First of all, while I like the chains, she's literally wearing a chainmail bikini, which is stupid several ways over. And furthermore, we have this useless flashback scene.
Spirit of the dark, take our sacrifice! May his life energy be the key to open your gate!
Once again, I didn't leave anything out. She's just here. In the past. I mean, I guess this is the original person. Do we find out any information about what her deal is? Not really.
Is this the witch?
Yes, sir. A druid. She proclaims herself to be guardian against dark spirits invading our world.
A heathen?
Okay, movie, you don't understand how flashbacks work. The point of flashbacks is to show us the backstory of the characters, not to have characters talk about it. Literally the only useful thing we get in this flashback scene is an explanation for why the Chain Witch is chilling in the lake. And that she's a druid witch, which, you know, literally tells me nothing. Why does she have a chain gimmick? How is the Chain Witch able to possess people and make them wear this outfit? Why is a druid speaking Latin? Why the fuck are there druid stuff in North America anyways? Why do these events happen every 50 years? How is this a Stonehenge of America? Seriously, what does that even mean? Why are we transplanting stuff from another continent instead of going with something that would make more sense for the area? A Native American ritual site, or some actual Wiccan stuff. I mean, Judd mentioned demon worshippers earlier. Are there demons involved? Is Lucy a demon? I mean, her name is Lucy, and it's with an I, which is vaguely like Lucifer. So is she a demon? Well, apparently not, since we also see her in this flashback as a mortal woman. Now that I think about it, how does she relate to this whole thing anyways? I guess she might have been a witch, but we don't know, because we're not told anything. And some more information about what happened with Lucy would be really nice right now. There's some steps in this process that I feel like we're missing, because Lucy is a mortal witch here, and then question mark, and now she's a fucking immortal spirit? She's not a demon or an angel, so what the fuck is going on with her then? Is her soul in limbo? Like, what the fuck is going on? Lucy, you got some splaining to do! Seriously, as useless as this scene is for the Chain Witch, it's doubly so for literally everyone else. Is this implying like a monomyth concept and how like there's druid stuff in other continents? Okay, you still need to explain that though, because otherwise it makes no sense to have druid stuff in North America. Seriously, I'm trying so hard to fill in the gaps because your dipshit flashback scene doesn't do its job. Seriously, if anyone's watching this and actually cared about the world building and the magic stuff and what they're setting up, you're gonna be left sorely wanting because the film does not care. Eric still can't fucking act, but at least he puts Laurie out of my misery, even if the blood effects are really bad. So Raj is killed by the Chain Witch, and man does this film does not give a shit about this character. Seriously, even in universe, his death has no bearing or impact, and Eva does not remotely hesitate to kill him. And seriously, I'd forgotten about him by the third act, and you probably will too. Thanks for the gratuitous ass shot, by the way, guys. Seriously, of all things you wanted to bring back from the campy horror days, the objectification of women should not have been one of them. This film had at least one female producer and a female director. You guys fucking know better.
Where are they?
Oh my fucking god. Okay, if Laurie wasn't in this film, you would be the worst actor here. Congratulations. Seriously, when I saw this film for the first time, that delivery made me laugh my fucking ass off. This is something I want to broach a little bit more for a bit, because the casting director, Heidi Eklund, she wanted to be top billed, which is already breaking filmmaking convention for no good reason, even if the acting didn't suck. But the thing is, the acting sucks. Why on earth are you proud of this, Heidi? This film has some of the worst acting I've ever seen. It is such garbage, and you're proud of this? Congratulations, she looks like the product of an interracial marriage. But guess what? That doesn't make up for the fact that she can't act for shit. I'm sure she's probably a nice person, but holy shit, she can't act. Are you seriously telling me that for all your incredible talent to the point where you want to be top billing, this was the only person you could find in all of Dutchess County? I refuse to believe that. You suck at your job. Thank Christ you have your own casting agency where you put your face and name on it. The fact that you put your face and name on this casting agency when I know for a fact you used to have something more utilitarian, i.e. Hudson Valley Casting, tells me that you're probably one of the few people involved with this film that has an ego bigger than the producers. What a joke. Great, more fucking stupid shit. I love this. They just had sex. Like, it can't be any more than a few minutes. But he's bare-chested and she is fully clothed. Probably because she didn't want to undress. And that's fine, like, I respect the actor's modesty. But he can still tweak the scene so it's better than this. Like, you know, just tweak it so that it looks like they finished putting their clothes on, like have her like put on her jacket or something. That way, you could respect their modesty while also having the scene make sense. Like what a better film would have done. Like, none of what I'm saying is complicated stuff. This is basic filmmaking. Like having like a basic shot list, shooting simple scenes of people talking, having basic continuity. All of these things are simple basic stuff. Regardless of the fucking budget, regardless of even the amateur scripting and acting. Seriously, just because your film's low budget, that doesn't give you the right to be stupid. Seriously, whether this film costs $2 or $2 million, these are things that you can still do right. Now brace yourself everyone, we got a thrilling chase scene ahead of us, and we're going blow by blow again, because this scene has so many fucking stupid things in it that there's no other way I can talk about it. So it starts out brilliant with, like, you know, the exact same time of them getting up. It is, well, you're gonna see. When Mike is, you know, taking, you know, Joan away. Oh my fucking god. I'm sorry, not Joan, Lori. Like, I guess he was dragging her body for, like, hours.
What the hell is going on?
You're next.
Oh my fucking lord. Again, you're literally acting against... like, it was like just instantly closes the door. Again, this is what I'm talking about. He's trying to be Jack Nicholson so fucking hard in this scene, and it's not working. That's gotta feel great. Great fucking barricade. That would stop literally nothing. How? How did that hurt your leg? Bruh, that can't be more than 5 feet.
You okay? I think so.
Let's go. You guys are so fucking stupid. The ground's soft, like, come on.
Wait. Shit, this won't work. Chrissy, get back to the lodge for help. I'll keep Mike occupied, okay?
Yeah, again, this is so fucking contrived.
Me too. I'll be fine. Now go! Run!
Guess what she doesn't do? Okay, how in the fuck did you get a truck that quickly? I was actually counting it. It's no less than 40 seconds. When? Like, and he was fucking hurt in the foot.
Right on this, Mike!
Oh, we got a badass over here. My fucking god. Seriously, how did he get to the truck that quickly? And yeah, this is gonna go about as well as any normal human being might expect. God, this is so fucking stupid. Wait, what? Okay, how's the truck there? The truck should have been coming around the same corner. Why is it coming from a completely different spot? And why didn't he just trample him? Nope. And okay, how did he hurt his head? Literally nothing touched him.
No!
Rest in peace. You were fucking useless and I didn't care about you. For fuck's sake, this is so stupid. Eric, again, you can't act.
Have a beer.
Fuck off with your one-liners. Eat a bag of dicks, movie. And again, cool fade to black. So Chain Witch arrives, and she shows more hesitation with the girl she had literally no lines with than she did with her fiancé.
Hey, leave my sister alone!
Oh, so he's her brother. See, a better movie would establish this literally anywhere else. Like here, for example. When his sister is going out with a guy, this would be a decent time to warn him not to mess with his sister. Yeah, it would have been about as wooden or forced as anything else, but it still would have been better than this. Or I don't know, maybe have him in the beginning in the car where everyone in the Hunter family is established. And if Amy had to fucking be there, just have a bigger car. I'm ranting about this because it just highlights how despite the fact this film is supposed to be deep and character driven, many characters are just shoved in and others are just completely forgotten about. It just highlights to me how out of their fucking depth these people were. And Corbin just appears with a shotgun. Yeah, that's not suspicious at all. No, seriously, how did he get here? Like, this is going to be important later because, suffice to say, he's not on the level. It's implied that this is far away enough that people have to drive here. Did he just walk God knows how far? Sam finds Raj's body, and I'm confused once again. Why did it take so long to find him? So we find out that the tires are slashed, and Sam rightfully doesn't trust this guy.
You got 2 seconds to put the shotgun down, and 30 seconds to tell us what's going on, or I will splatter your brains across the room.
Okay, despite me saying that, you're kind of jumping pretty hard on the murder him bandwagon. Whatever, it's time for exposition fun times of Corbin Benson. And guess what? None of it's useful.
We are in the middle of a supernatural battle that has been going on for centuries.
Yeah, supernatural battle. That's probably like the only useful thing here.
Dark spirits trying to enter our world.
Dark spirits is as vague as you could possibly get. The only way you could be more vague is if you just said spirits. I mean, despite that, like, there is some decent tension here. It's a shame that the acting and the blocking ruin it. And I say that because now that everyone's gonna find Eric, heaven forbid these characters just leave together. No, they leave one at a time, giving 3-line soliloquies on why they are completely with a shitty, out-of-place one-liner every time.
I gotta go find our kid so we can get out of here.
Sam, but what if Mike did what they said he did? What makes you think he won't kill you too?
I'm his boss. If he hasn't killed me by now, he never will.
I'm going to find Amy and Chrissy. Connor, you're in charge.
What makes you think Mike won't kill you?
I'm his boss's boss. That's why.
Oh, I can't just let them go without me. I mean, I'd never forgive myself if something happened. Here, keep trying the phone, okay?
Well, what if Mike goes after you?
I'll throw a beer at him and run.
Fuck off. See, look at this. They're just together. So what was the point of that nonsense? Again, a good editor would not have had this pad out for like a solid minute. This film's gonna give me a stroke. Why is Eric just chilling in the truck? Shouldn't he be at the plot stone digging? Why is he just chilling here? At least they established their friendship before this point, so this scene almost works. But once again, let's ruin it.
Get off the truck.
Give me the keys or you're fired.
Send a severance check to the bitch on the hood.
Give me the damn keys.
Okay, we know why Eric is crazy, but what's your excuse, Sam? Why did it take so long for Joan to get over here?
Mike, you dumb drunken bastard, get down off that truck!
Yeah, insult the crazy man. That's what smart people do.
Don't go back. You can stop now. Please.
No! No stopping! No brakes!
Then why were you just chilling here for hours? Why did you stop and get out of the truck? Why hasn't Sam taken back the truck when he still could? Sam also had a golden opportunity to knock him the fuck out from behind. He still has a gun. He could have subdued him without killing him, especially since his back is turned. And here's yet another example of basic filmmaking being beyond these people. So Eric is walking back to the plot stone because of a concession that he can't drive there, as if that matters one iota. So basically Tina and Joan plan to follow him, which is why they go the exact opposite direction he was going. Blocking. What is blocking? This is the second time now where the directions characters are coming from makes no sense. So the town council is here now. How did they get here? When did they get here? It's the same questions I have of Corbin, and we will never get an answer. Also, this completely undermines that meeting scene in the beginning, because there was no way Joan was not going to get the money, because they are in on this conspiracy, and so is Joan. So you basically retroactively undermined tension in one of the few scenes that actually had it. Speaking of shit tension, Chain Witch appears, abruptly killing only one of the council members, and not the rest. God, this film is insulting. Why did she go for a punch instead of using her chains? I mean, and just in general, why is the Chain Witch so slow to act? How did Joan find Amy before Summer? And Amy, I hate the fact that you're in the film again because you still can't act. God, these are some really shitty plot effects.
No!
This right here is the best acting in the film, and instantly makes the guy who plays Sam the best actor in the film. And we're down one Karen now, so that's always a plus. It's a shame that the effects suck, and that this death makes no sense. How did Summer get lost, and why did the Chain Witch go after her at all? There are much better targets. Again, the more I think about the Chain Witch, the less sense she makes. I mean, it's implied by Corbin and several other characters that she's just killing everyone to prevent the gate from being opened. And her bloodlust, I guess, implies that she can't be reasoned with. Which is weird because sometimes the Chain Witch talks to people and sometimes she doesn't. It's not like she can't communicate with people. Seriously, it's all just a transparent excuse to not have anyone even try. But see, the thing is that still doesn't explain everything. Why is the Chain Witch just wandering around the woods? She's supposed to be guarding the plot stone. Why isn't she there guarding it? Why does she leave the site to pick off people? As the film itself states several times, everyone needs to get to the stone. All the Chain Witch has to do is wait and stand guard, and her enemies would come to her. Evidently, she can literally just kill anyone she wants. And she's functionally immortal because, you know, she can shrug off gunshots. Like, there's literally no reason why this character is doing this. Cool racial commentary that goes nowhere just to have a shit death scene. It may be marginally closer to a horror film, but it's still ridiculous. Like, I love how the car is just magically in drive now, and the editing and the framing is so bad that Sam literally rolls off camera in an awkward fashion.
This is what Eli and the Chain Witch will do to you.
You're not real!
Remember the car accident with your father? Amy was with you.
Alright, so this is actually the best scene with Lucy, and shitty acting aside, it's nice to see a character tell her off for once. But again, the acting still sucks, so it literally doesn't matter. The woman who's playing Lucy is actually like the second place contender for best acting in the film, and she's the only one who's actually making something out of this material. But again, this character is completely flat, and even she has her wooden moments.
Get away from me!
Oh god, thank you for hurting my ears with your shitty performance. Oh look, another dramatic moment that Kristen has wormed her way into. I haven't been pointing out specific examples, but... Fucking what?
Carl said to break the spiral stones before opening the gateway.
That's it? Rocks? You're kidding. You're kidding.
It's bluestone. Same as used at Stonehenge.
Ah yes, bluestone. That explains literally nothing. I did my research, which is probably more than they did. Bluestone is actually a colloquial term for a bunch of different kind of stones. And yes, one of them is the kind of stone that's at Stonehenge. But guess what? That kind of stone, not found in the States. I'm not saying that it can't be there, but the burden is on you, movie, to explain why it's there. Also, I just love how so much of Corbin Benson's screen time is just him sitting on a couch. Seriously, just to recap regarding our stupid has-beens, Judd Hirsch gets killed off in a stupid manner in the beginning of the film, Lori Petty just wanders around bitching about beer before getting murdered, and most of Corbin's screen time is chilling on a couch. I love how every time there's a tragic death scene in this movie, something stupid happens that undermines it. There's actually so much that's wrong with this scene alone that I've actually had to go back and re-record and record additional dialogue for this part because this is so much to talk about. These people really can't act. I love how Amy, you know, is trying her hardest to not look at the camera so we can't actually see her expression because she can't act, so asking her to cry is literally impossible for her. We have this dramatic hammy shout coming from Joan here. The editing is completely fucked in this as well. Like, what you're seeing here was entirely how it was edited and put together. When you take away the music, the editing just really falls apart. This is not me. This is seriously how it's edited. And there's actually a couple other scenes like this too, but this is probably like one of the worst offenders of this. Seriously, I've had to record like another minute's worth of recording here for a scene that's actually not as long as that. Fuck this movie. And then finally, the scene manages to end with one of the weirdest lines of dialogue you could possibly have a character say to end the scene. Courtesy of Corbin Benson.
This can be undone.
This can't be undone. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock.
Auntie, I saw Chrissy. In a vision. She's in the woods. She's okay for now.
Thank God Amy was able to just know where Chrissy is now. Boy, that would have been good to know for you like 40 minutes ago. Also, I really don't know what any of this means. Like, what do you mean you're in two places? I don't understand. So, oh my god, we find out that the creepy guy whose proper name is Eli was a ghost this whole time, as well as a good guy. Did you forget that this character was in this film? Don't worry, I did too. And plot twist, he's not the son of this character who we've barely seen, but the brother of Corbin Benson the whole time. Dun dun dun! Eli is yet another aspect of this film that adds nothing and makes no sense. How come he can only communicate with Chrissy and Amy? Is it because they have psychic— Okay, so check this out. I was getting footage of Eli for the part where I'm talking about him, and I came across this face. Why does he look fucking cross-eyed? How did I miss that? He looks so fucking stupid. But Lucy was able to talk to other people. She was able to talk to Judd. She was able to talk to Joan. Seriously, like, Lucy is literally another spirit that's born from someone who died. How come she can talk to other people, but Eli can't? Seriously, you know how much more useful it would be if you could actually talk to other people, Eli? Like, I think the only reason why you can't is because we have to use the fact that only certain people can see you to poorly set up that these people are psychic. Anyways, final battle time. Wow, this is stupid. What do you want to be, Captain America? Despite me bitching about it, this would almost work for the campy feel, you know, because it's like, you know, people with over-the-top weapons fighting their way through something. The thing is, it still doesn't work. Because one, the music. For a scene like this, I would want, you know, something over the top, like some kind of like rock ballad, maybe something that's like metal. Nope, we just have this synthesizer instead. And it's not just that, the mood is dreary as fuck. The scene is played completely straight, everyone's moody and brooding. So yeah, they run the gauntlet to get to the plot stone to close the gate. It is really stupid, and simple fight scenes and effects are just simply beyond the capabilities of these morons. Also, cool casual stereotype because we have the Asian character doing what looks like some kind of martial arts kick. This is the only time a character does something like this in this film.
I'm sorry, there is no more time.
Corbin, why did you knock her out? Especially since we're gonna find out she's actually on your side. Why did you do this? And did the brother just not see him do this, or is he just okay with the stranger clocking his own murder? Plot twist, Corbin was the bad guy the whole time. Oh shit, he's putting his hood up, that's how you know he's a bad guy. Oh look, Lucy's here. And Chain Witch is here. Oh shit, Chrissy is here too with Eli. I love how even though Corbin could easily slit this guy's throat, he's like, nope, screw this, I'm out of here. I'm gonna collect my paycheck now, see you guys later. If you think this summary is devolving, it's because this is where the plot utterly collapses under the weight of its own stupidity. People say and do things, and I can't even process it all, even if there weren't so many plot holes and questions that will never get answered. Joan, I guess, was working with Corbin, or at least Lucy, to open the gate as part of a Faustian deal, given how, like, Lucy, you know, basically brought Chrissy back to life. Despite hinting at this deal throughout the film, like, they still want to have their cake and eat it too, so Joan is all surprised and horrified as if she doesn't know what's happening, so that's brilliant. And again, this is where it gets so fucking stupid, because Chain Witch gets sort of defeated by Joan. I still don't know why it's a freeway battle. I guess it's because Chain Witch killed some people, but she's still ultimately a good guy. So yeah, Chain Witch gets defeated, we get this dramatic death scene, even though she literally comes back 5 seconds later. Chrissy, Amy, and Eli use their bullshit fucking superpowers to save the day, I guess. Oh, Lucy can just have zombies now. Okay, could she always do that? God, these effects are so bad. I've seen better effects from YouTube movies in 2007. Chain Witch takes down Lucy, and that's the end of the movie, right? Right? I mean, functionally, yeah, but there is indeed one final scene. So let's break this down, shall we? One final time, one more for the road. Okay, so somehow Eric is alive, and Sam was able to get into this place because he pretended that Eric was his lawyer, despite the fact that he would have like no fucking proof of this, and it'd be easy for them to verify that he's not a lawyer. But where are we anyways? Is this a hospital, like a psych ward, or a jail? Seriously, like why did he have to, you know, lie to get in here? Can you at least explain it a little bit? I mean, I think it's supposed to be a psych ward. Why is the camera spinning?
Amy and Chrissy are doing much better.
Why is this how we're getting this exposition? Why are you spinning? They're just having a conversation. It's not even that intense. Sam's not angry at him. Eric is not really upset at him. It's just a normal fucking conversation. Why is the camera spinning? You would have the camera spinning to imply something intense. Nope. It's just a basic ass fucking conversation. Also, Lori Petty is alive and is now a doctor or a nurse or something like that. Was she always this? Oh look, Judd Hirsch is here too, and he's awkwardly playing the piano and is like lobotomized or some shit.
Meatloaf. It must be Thursday.
Well, you're a smart one, Mr. Renfield. We also have your favorite mashed potatoes, peas, jello, and as a very special treat, chocolate.
Thank Christ they gave every detail on what this guy was eating.
Don't eat chocolate. It's poison. No. Don't eat it.
Again with the chocolate. Enough of the chocolate, old man.
Real nice movie. You're basically gonna make fun of a character who's dealing with trauma. Fuck off. Why is Lori a nurse? Really, how is she alive? That was not the only wound she got, and she was untreated for at least a fucking day and left on a truck. How is she still alive? Oh look, the brother is here too, and he's in a straitjacket for some fucking reason, and now he's evil. Why? Who the hell knows? I mean, I know they were trying to imply that he was being corrupted by Lucy in this what the fuck of a moment, but you need more than that because it really doesn't go anywhere. That's how we end this masterpiece. Oh, I'm sorry. We have a post-credit scene of the chain witch going back into the lake. Like, that literally means nothing. She got, zapped by a magical laser and still survived. I mean, got the impression this character's fucking immortal. I did not need this post-credit scene. Post-credit scenes aside, this is how we end the film. Aside from some vague details, we don't end on the Hunter family, which is weird because the Hunter family is supposed to be the focus of the fucking film, according to the official synopsis. So why are we ending with literally every other character except the Hunter family? Why is this such a non-ending? What even was any of this? So that was the plot. As I said, this film is bad. Incredibly bad. It's one of the worst films of all time. The acting is abysmal. Regardless of whether or not they were professionals, big names, or fucking amateurs, almost every performance is shit and doesn't work. Seriously, the only decent actors were the actor playing Sam and the actress playing Lucy. But even they had some awful wooden moments though. The script is wretched and it rips off so many other films. There is no excuse. Look, I get that this was your first feature film, Eric. There are plenty of ways to learn how to write a feature film script. There are websites like Stage 32 or articles like this, which by the way, I found these with a simple fucking Google search. In like 2019 when this film was being made, there was no excuse. Also, we have way too many characters, and it's shockingly easy, especially on the first viewing, to lose track of who's doing what and when. Seriously, like, on the first view, you're gonna be so fucking lost. Also, this film commits a cardinal sin of horror movies, because yeah, this is supposed to be a horror film. It's not a thriller, it's not a suspense, it's supposed to be a balls-to-the-wall horror film. And it's not remotely fucking scary. Even during the parts where it does feel like a horror film, it didn't scare me, because the editing is fucked up. Seriously, at best this is a supernatural conspiracy thriller, and again, that makes it sound better than it is. The effects are almost entirely shit, and as stated, the editing is nothing short of imbecilic. Not a single thing works in this movie. So I wanted to shift gears for a moment and talk about this long director's statement finally. When Eric Wolf first approached me about being involved in A Dead Legend, I felt an immediate connection to the script, as well as to him and his wife Kristen, who is also a producer of the film. They asked me to pitch them a scene from the screenplay. I immediately felt excited about this project and was so captivated by the story that 3 days later I had drawn up a visual design of 26 scenes in painstaking detail. The story opened up as I started working on it, and felt the script was right in my creative wheelhouse. My comfort, vision, and passion for the project came across to them as well apparently, as they invited me to direct my first feature film. This film is a cross-genre as a supernatural horror adventure and a modern-day story. The element of a family institution spoke to me the most. The love, the loss, and secrets. Those family themes are familiar territory to any storyteller. The story I wanted to highlight was that of loyalty and the protective nature of a close family. No matter how dreadful or what outside influences threatened them, they would fight for each other. Working with the cast was a thrill for me. They brought so much to the script and made this come alive. Their patience, professionalism, and collaboration was something I will always cherish. Not only their commitment to the craft, but their dedication to the project revealed results better than I could have ever hoped for, on the set and screen. I bow to all the lovely, hardworking interns and to our production assistants that worked on our film, and who are still out there making it happen every day. You are the blood that makes any production live. The sense of belonging, welcoming and caring nurtured by the crew was just a bigger part of the process. Wait, what? Oh, cool grammar, check this out. The sense of belonging, welcoming, and caring nurtured by the crew is a big part of the process. You fucking... Every day I woke up on location at the lodge and was so grateful to be working with these industrious and creative collaborators. It was such a relief that we were all in this together and we brought our various perspectives to the table. Together, we will continue to thrive. Tell me something, Pamela. Are you always this pretentious? Seriously, like, you are so pretentious in this. This is unbelievable. Like, you really think you've made something so beautiful. Seriously, even if this was not a shit film, you just made a fucking horror film. Get off your fucking high horse, lady. Brought our various perspectives to the table. See, that part is what makes me think that people just brought whatever stupid shit like the weird shots here and other things like that, despite the fact that it made no sense. Real talk, only a few voices should have creative power on set. You know why? Because shit like this is why. There's a vibe I got from this film that there was just too many cooks in the kitchen, and it really ruined your film. Also, why do you have interns? Seriously, this isn't a massive production company. This is just some indie film. Like, that's not really normal. Credit where it's due. I appreciate you shouting out the production assistants, because as someone who's been a production assistant on things, it is completely thankless a lot of the time. I should note, despite this egomania, you guys also really astroturfed this film hard. Seriously, check out these reviews on IMDb. Look at the positive reviews compared to the negative ones. The positive reviews have only reviewed this movie. The negative and mixed ones have other reviews. This is absolutely disgraceful. Now, to prove some more points, I want to wrap up this video on a constructive note. So I just want to answer a question. How do we fix the movie? Honestly, this film is so creatively bankrupt, the best option would probably be not to make it, but let's indulge the idea of fixing it. First of all, get rid of anywhere from half to 2/3 of the cast. Don't put yourselves in as major roles. What I'm suggesting you go for is quality over quantity. Yes, you would have fewer characters, but you'd be able to get better actors for those characters because you'd have that extra little bit more money to spend. Seriously, that's what Blumhouse does all the time, or at least they did a few years ago. They would have these horror films that have very small casts. The few actors they would get would be good, or at least competent, not like this. Seriously, take out this whole second family, scrap all the psychic stuff, scrap the Eric Wolf stuff, get rid of Lori, Petty, Corbin, and even Judd. You can get rid of Lucy. Seriously, just keep the Hunter family, Raj, and Eva, and have the Chain Witch be kind of like the main antagonistic force. Seriously, the idea of Joan Hunter wanting to put this housing complex together, despite, the problems to the contrary, that's not necessarily a bad idea for a story. Seriously, you guys wanted something character-driven, here's a suggestion, which would also help you keep the family themes you were going for. What I'm saying is have the Chain Witch be symbolic. I still want the Chain Witch to be an actual character, but from like a meta standpoint, the idea of this, supernatural spirit that has ties of chains are the antithesis of freedom. So it's almost like Joan is a slave to her ambitions. Like if the Chain Witch represents Joan's ambitions gone too far, the chains represent the fact that Joan is a slave to those ambitions, regardless how much it hurts herself and more importantly those she loves. You could even keep the car accident in the beginning, except have Joan be the one driving, and she's like so overworked she ends up getting into an accident, causing her husband to get killed. Then you have this sunk cost fallacy thing going on where she's committed to seeing this through despite it alienating everyone she loves. And then you can have Raj be like a foil where he's hyper into this at first, but his eyes gradually get open throughout the film, and like Eva is able to help bring him down to earth too, unlike Joan. Actually think it through like what kind of mythology and lore you're going with for this Chain Witch character. Is she like a Native American priestess? Is she like a Wiccan? It's going to be the supernatural component that's going to draw people in. So you need to really put the effort in with that. Then you can also have it be like at the end, like when Joan finally realizes that her ambitions have gone too far, having like some kind of final showdown with the Chain Witch is symbolic of her opening her eyes to how far she's fallen. Again, I'm just spitballing ideas, but that's kind of like the ballpark of what I think would make the film better. As it stands right now though, this film sucks. It sucks so bad Netflix doesn't want it. It's a disgrace to the Hudson Valley where it was filmed in. And it's a bad horror film. Hell, it's a bad film in general. And the flagrant delusion of grandeur is nothing short of contemptible. To ensure legalities and that this is fair use, I'm not saying don't watch the film. But I will say, watch something better than this film. See you later.